Hi, everyone. Welcome. We're just going to give it a minute or two for people to join, and then we'll be getting started and cracking on with it, getting into it. But welcome again. Speak in a minute. Okay, welcome everyone. We're going to get straight into it. So let's start. So thank you so much for joining. Welcome again. We've got an action-packed session lined up. So without further ado, let's get into it. So most resellers I talk to actually, they know exactly what they sold last week. That's not a problem in the sense of items. The problem is knowing why. Why does stuff sell? Why are items not selling? And one of the challenges linked to that is pricing and listing and relisting. And a lot of that is guesswork. And the result is at the end of it, you've got dead stock potentially that's sitting there with the root cause of why is this sold, why is it not sold, never diagnosed. So if any of these land, this session is absolutely for you. And the point of this is not bad luck. So what we're talking about is a data problem. At any one point, 30 or 40% of your active inventory might actually be in this kind of stale zone. And if you're pricing, and we see this a lot across the market, if you're pricing average price point £15, maybe £20, 200 items a month, we're talking about 900,000, 200, more than £1,000 of capital just sitting there idly. And on eBay, that's particularly important because we know that items older than 90 days, they're actively deprioritized. So they become invisible to new buyers. That process is even faster on Vinted. And dead stock, it's unsold items, it's capital, it's sourcing budget that's locked up. And you need that money to reinvest in your business, to grow and scale. So the three KPIs we want to talk about today that every reseller should track are these. So one is sell-through rate. So items sold total listed times 100 over 30 days. So we actually look at this across, and we can look at this across a number of time periods, but we would recommend to start with, look at 30 days. If you're under 10%, there's definitely some action required. If you're 10 to 30%, okay, you're in the middle of the market. If you're plus 30%, you're strong. You should be sourcing more of those particular items that are generating that sell-through. The target being to hit above 30% on a 30-day rolling basis. The second KPI, average days to sell. Under 7 days, you've optimized. 7 to 30, you've probably got room to improve, and plus 30, there's something wrong. The target is to get that number under 7 days. And finally, inventory age. So how long has each item been live without selling? And this, again, we look at continually. So on a 7-day, 14-day, 30-day period, where on eBay, this is particularly important given the penalty that if it's sitting there for 30 days, it's going to become increasingly, well, it's invisible to buyers, which is not helpful at all when you want to be selling and recycling that capital back into your business. So if there's one screenshot to take of this presentation, I'd probably take this one, if you haven't already. Now, when we think about the KPIs, these are different problems which are caused by different elements and require different fixes, right? If you have a low sell-through rate, a long days to sell, your title's not ranking, and you've got the wrong keywords. So fix, you should be looking at relisting with an optimized title. If you have high views and low conversion, the price is too high, or you're missing trust signals. So the fix, look at your comps, your price, look at adding measurements, and look at your description to enable your buyer to really believe and understand the value of what you are offering to them. If your DTS under 5 days consistency, great. You've got strong listing quality, you've got the right price, scale this category and source more. 30 days plus inventory piling up. The likely cause, you've got bulk listing, there's been no discipline, relisting, repricing, looking at titles, description. You need to look at your inventory, audit it, relist it from photography through to title and description. So a complete kind of audit and overhaul. Now, it's interesting, eBay gives you data, Vinted gives you almost nothing. So eBay Seller Hub, you've got listing impressions, you've got sell-through, click-through rate, you've got a sense of conversion, you've got sold prices, competitor prices as well, which is possible by research. And you've got some insights across category. Vinted, on the other hand, is much more basic, which makes it a lot more challenging ultimately to diagnose and to figure out those causes and ultimately figure out those fixes. If you are with us on iAesthetic, you get all of this in your analytics tab, and we're going to look at that in a moment across eBay, but also potentially Vinted. And the implication of this is you can have two very different situations, right? You've got two sellers, same inventory, completely different numbers. Seller A, no KPI tracking, you've got a sell-through rate of 10, 12%. You've got average days to sell, which is close to 30 days, and stale inventory. And if you are proactively managing this with your KPIs and optimizing this, you will be at a sell-through rate of pushing north of 30% with average days to sell, which we see amongst top sellers of under 7 days, and stale inventory less than 10%. And the difference here is, it's not to work harder, it's to work smarter. Use your data, make data-driven decisions based on what's actually selling with your portfolio, your items on eBay and various marketplaces where you're selling. So with that, I'm going to hand over to Dijon, who's going to walk you through how this works in our platform. The principles extend beyond our platform, which we've talked about, but we'd like to show you a little bit of how it works in our platform. So over to you, Dijon.
Hi, thanks, Duncan. Yeah, hi, thanks. So now I'm just going to walk you through how did you use the analytic to help your sales. So basically, in our platform, once you upload and publish in our platform, if the item been sold, we will track everything for you. So that will help you to make some selling decision and a buying decision. So in your dashboard, you should see this analytic tab on the top. So what you need to do is just click the analytic and see what's your inventory health. So basically, you can see some basic what the items performance in the last few days, weeks, months, or all time. You can see them. We pick up a shop like this one, have how many items been listed, how many items been sold, revenue, sales throughs, average time to sell, like average time to sell is when you publish and until the item been bought. So this data it's very useful, and the average item being sold. You also, if you publish to different platforms, we give you the data to compare as well. So this eBay and Vinted. So the Vinted might be a bit hard to get in your platform. I mean, in the Vinted, their website, but we're checking for you already. So you should see like the different performance. What's the average price on different platforms? How long into sells through? That will help you to make decision as well. And you can see like what's the when it's been sold of the items. It could be help you decide like, okay, what time you should publish items. We have the schedule as well. You can check all this data to help you to make decisions. And also we help you to break down what's the categories. What's the hottest categories you can sell for your next things. You can think, okay, this is the something I want to buy more, to sell more. So we break down everything for you. You can sort it by different filters. This is by revenues, like top 10 items listed, top 10 items being sold. You can choose whatever you want to see and to help you to make decisions. For example, in this shop, like the jeans has been, have a very good sales through and revenues. You can decide, okay, to publish more of them or to sell more of these similar items. And also you can monitor your inventory aging as well. As Duncan said, we want to keep as many items to the publish listing date into 7 days, but it's depend on the platforms. In the Vinted, you want to always like listing within the 7 days or 2 weeks. So if you have items more than 60 days, you probably need to do some changing. So we show you like what the next things we can provide, help you to make decision as well. So yes, you can check all the details, like what's the top brands being sold as well. You can think about, okay, what brands I need to buy, to resell, what categories as well. So we break down this for you. So that's basic analytic. And we also is going to showing the AI assistant. It's going to release like this week for you. We're actively testing for now, and we're ready to releasing them as well. So basically, you have a ChatGPT experience. So what you can do is like, okay, asking any questions about your data. So like I know like different customer have different requirements. So that's why like we have tracking all the data, all the performance. Then you can make a query on the data. For example, you can do the similar things like break down what the items in your store. Just make a questions. I'll probably create a new chat. So yeah, probably just give it by default, give me a summary of recent activities. So now it's our agent will query a database, and we have our own design, our own agent to help you to make the business decision and also to manage the account. Yeah, so basically it's very similar ChatGPT experience. You can see what's detail, what's the breakdown for you. So like for here, you can see, okay, it will give you some suggestions as well. You can continue, read this one, or make some something else, like help me to probably help me to relist the aging items, for example. Yes, it's analyze the data, and we also have a detailed instruction to make this decision and helping you. So basically, like that's a ChatGPT interface. You can ask anything you want, and it can do the actions for you as well. So, for example, during the releasing items, the most important thing is probably is the pricing. So if you have items like listing too long, like 30 days, you probably need to drop the price. You can click here like reprice the items haven't been sold or haven't been sold for 30 days. You can do this like repricing them. So we will scan the data which haven't been published and give a price suggestions for you, like what's the percentage need to drop for you as well. So mainly like you can see, okay, this is the items you can reprice. So you can see there's a current price listing, and that's what AI suggests, reprice items. You can see how many percentage been dropped and how long it's been listed. So once you click approve, it will adjust the price for you, then you relist. Okay, so I'm not going to do it now, just reject. So yeah, that's everything. So please stay in tune. The AI system will be really help you for your selling and buying, analyze the trends as well. All the popular, like the ChatGPT functions, you can have this as well, but you can talk to your data directly, and you can save your own preference instruction or your business workflow as well. Yeah, so that's everything. So we hand it back to Duncan.
Thanks so much, Dijon.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you saw there, ultimately you will gain and have all of your data at your fingertips to make better decisions, and actually facilitated by AI. So the question there, which actually Dijon didn't ask, is what should I buy next? So, and that will be based on actual data. This is not kind of making it up. This is based on actual sales of what is working in your business, as well as looking at the market. So let me bring it back for a second here. So 3 things to do before our next workshop. So one is calculate your sell-through rate. If you don't have your sell-through rate, you can get that if you're posting on or publishing on eBay. Seller Hub research, product research. If you're on aesthetic, you've got it within our analytics. Find your 2 oldest listings. Analyze them and understand, okay, anything over 30 days, check the title, item specifics, the photography, and the price, and track days to sell. So as I said, if you're on aesthetic, if you're with us, you get all of this data included. It's when you're within your analytics tab, and your AI assistant is going to be available very shortly to help you leverage that and use that across your business to make better decisions. So we do have an exclusive offer. If you're new to us, we offer a free 2-week trial, 50 free AI generated listings. That includes a free setup, a 1-to-1 tutorial to get you up and running, and £10 off your first month. There's no credit card required. All you have to do is do 2 things. So very simply, sign up, which is done by going to our website, start free, or alternatively, you can see here on the screen, there's a QR code that'll take you directly to our website. It's a Google sign-in, takes 20 seconds. So that's step 1. Step 2 is to activate the offer. So point your phone at the screen, and it will automatically pre-populate the code AI workshop, and we'll be able to activate this offer for you, and then subsequently arrange a short tutorial and get you up and running so we can get going and you can see firsthand the benefits of this system and our solution. So with that, we'll just pause for a moment. Any questions, comments on what we've shared from the outset through to the demo, through to the solution? Okay, yeah, absolutely, Luke. It is useful, and we want you to be benefiting and getting value from it. So we're going to be talking about this more and more, to be honest, because there's huge value from a sales perspective. Okay, well, look, thank you everyone for joining or watching this replay. I know many of you are going to be watching the replay, so thank you, and don't hesitate to reach out. We look forward to seeing you all very, very soon. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.